So here's a picture of a tennis ball in Photoshop, but it doesn't look real because there's no shadows or lighting, so let's fix that. Start by pressing select subject and go to the bottom of your page and add a solid color. Change this color to black and hit OK, and this is going to be the foundation of our shadow, so we can reposition this shadow here, and then take this layer and drag it underneath the tennis ball. Now if we right click and go to Distort, we can actually change the dimensions of this shape to make it look like the actual shadow of the tennis ball. Fantastic. Now we can reduce the opacity here down to 90% because shadows are obviously see-through. Now go to Filter, Blur, and add a Gaussian blur. Now if we convert this to a smart object, we actually soften the edges of the shadow here, making it look more realistic. Now we can go ahead and add a curves layer and bring this curve all the way down, and press Alt on the keyboard to clip it below to the tennis ball, and then press Ctrl-Shift-Y to invert this mask. When you press B, you activate the brush tool and change the flow at the top to 5%. Now when you zoom in, you can actually paint on these shadows onto the tennis ball to make it look more realistic like it's supposed to be there. Now we can go ahead and add some lights by doing the same thing and adding a curves layer. And instead of dragging it down, we can drag it to the left this time. And now we can go ahead and press Alt on the keyboard to clip it below, and then press Ctrl-Shift-I to invert this mask again. And then using the brush tool, we can paint on this light to make a realistic shadow.